Okay, this is ridiculous. Forget everything you know about Draconic reactors, because what I'm about to show you was done with no glitches, hacks, or exploits of any kind. Behold. This is my Draconic reactor. Now I know it looks like it's literally about to explode, but I can guarantee you it is completely 100% stable at this temperature and has been this way for like 2 to 3 days straight now. That's how long I've been running this. This reactor is sitting at 8,000 degrees pretty much constantly, and it won't deviate from that by more than a degree, no matter how long I leave this running. Now, of course, this isn't just black magic that I'm pulling here. If I just walk over here, I could show you the program I developed in order to help control this reactor. This computer is monitoring every single stat of this reactor and adjusting the inflow and outflow rate to precisely keep it at the specific temperature and target field strength that I have it set to, which surprisingly and almost unbelievably is currently 1%. Now, you wouldn't think you'd be able to run a reactor at that like this, but believe me, I cracked this thing's code. As long as you keep it above 0, you can run it as hot as you want and suck as much power out as you want, and it will continue to be stable. So now you're thinking, well, okay, you could keep the reactor at that temperature for a while, but I bet it takes forever for it to get there once you start it up. Wrong again, kiddo. If I just bump the field up a bit, then start the shutdown process, I could show you that when I start this reactor up, it only takes a little bit to get to where it has to go. Now this thing takes a little while to cool down, so I'll be back in a minute when it's ready. Okay, it's almost to 2,000 degrees. And there we go. Okay. The reactor has officially cooled down enough to where it's safe to exit the program if you want. All inflows and outflows have been set to basically 0. They're default values now. And the reactor can be disassembled if you like. But I'm going to show you that if I start this thing up with these default values, after this reactor finishes charging, it will reach its target temperature extremely quickly, within only 10 to 20 seconds. If we just wait for the field strength to come up, and now the temperature. You see it's drawing almost 3 million RF right now out in order to drive the temperature up really fast. And it is going up fast, but don't worry, it's completely safe and it'll slow down once it starts getting near the target of 8,000. Just a little longer. Almost there. And the field strength is holding stable at the value I set, which is 11, as you can see. And it's just past 7,000, and it's still climbing pretty quickly. However, it's definitely not going to go over. This thing is very stable. As you can see, the temperature is still steadily rising. And within only about 10 or so minutes, this will approximate the exact same temperature that it was at before I shut it down to an extremely close degree. And you can leave it running, and it will not go over to any amount. The download for this program is in the description of the video, so feel free to drop down there and use it for your own reactor in your own survival world. It's really incredibly easy to set up. All you need is a Draconic power core, an Open Computers computer, and a Draconic reactor, and some adapter blocks. Set up a line from your core's output heading into the power injector of the reactor and a flux gate in between the two, and set up another line from any stabilizer back out of the reactor and back into your power core with another flux gate in the front. Just connect your computer to the flux gates in the reactor using 3 adapter blocks from Open Computers. Start the program, and then click this button to swap the 2 flux gates if need be. Set the desired temperature and strength, and then start. It's really that simple. I wouldn't recommend immediately starting with a field strength of 1%, as it can be a bit unstable as it climbs temperature. You're better off sitting with something low or around 10%. but once it gets within 78, 7900 degrees, you're perfectly fine to lower it as low as you want to impress your friends with how obscene it looks, even if it's just as stable. In reality, there's not much practical benefit as it uses about the same amount of power as keeping it about 20%, but it does look a lot cooler, that's for sure. This has been Mordecai, signing out.